But then
That drives me nuts too.
And also, I find
they,
very
when
fast.
11 hit,
And so they're like, well, and what is half the world?
we do.
You kind of find yourself like pacing through, hold on, it hasn't clicked yet.
And said, I'm talking to
When
Bernie
Bernie
Coble.
You got
And,
from the 23rd.
he said, I'm talking to Bernie
So
Coble.
it's their winter down there.
Yeah, it's cool.
Oh, boy.
Right on the equator. It's,
Remember I was
their version of
9/11?
winters.
Hold it away.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
You're late.
But it's
Remember Joe?
very humid.
Yeah.
Joe and I were
Welcome back.
for baseball meetings. And we're taking the train.
I mean, there does seem like a lot of good stuff to do.
Normandy.
I just joked with you.
All the way. First. And, we got into the LA where
If the parachute comes out, the parachute comes out. No,
turned on TV, every channel had the same show on.
Ask your father.
Then we finally
I don't know where he pulled this from.
They must have moved from the other building.
Wow.
Let's go.
I mean, I know.
But I seen that there, I thought, must have come from the other
You
building.
don't go anywhere without checking in with the
Yeah, see, time,
Believe it or not, it's a new clock.
Oh, is it?
No matter how many times you replace the battery, it's,
Or if you do,
yeah, it needs to go back and,
Yeah.
and use your green card, which was the Amex.
Yep. Yeah, when we got sent home, and people called me at home and told me about it, and I'm like, oh, this is nice.
there it is.
There it is.
This edition on, we have this edition on with 598 pages. And it's back with the piece of wood. And, Donna was like, hey, next thing I know, so.
What's going on over there?
I knew he wasn't too hard.
Yeah.
Where's your boots?
Oh, I had
What kind of hip boots on?
an extra pair of socks and shoes.
I was gonna say, where's your hip waders?
Warner Road's gonna be
So
underwater.
he, so Dora was like, this isn't Darwin, because he's at the VA, and he wasn't at home. And I could see a silhouette of the man, but I'm like, I kept saying, who are you? And he sat in one of these chairs then, and I looked in front of him, and this guy was right down there, and I'm like, it's not that far away. I was scared.
Yeah.
Got any cake back there?
Any what?
Where did you get in?
On Wednesday, we will.
I said, no, I know
Yeah,
it was
I'm
long
talking
as I
about
checked.
No.
Because he hasn't, he would have had to call me.
Would you like a hot
Come down
cocoa?
and lock the door.
A hot dog?
And-
Hot cocoa.
No, that's not hot.
But, he could have.
Yay!
So I said, I kept saying, "Who are you?" She kept telling me his name. She said, so what? Who are you? Right here.
How are you?
And-
Okay, now we can start. Oh, you're right here?
What you bought?
Show me something that you need to work. So, I said,
Yeah, you know what?
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call?
Chris Bachaki. President. Dennis Purcell.
Here.
Jeremy Swiggy.
Here.
Bill Folsom.
Here.
Claire Lerner.
Here.
Jordan Herring.
Here.
Bruce Kelly.
Here.
Public comment, for any individuals wishing to make public comment tonight, please state the spelling of your name and identify whether you're a taxpayer of Pocono Township. Do we have any public comment here this evening? Anyone online for public comment? Yeah. Any announcements or correspondence?
No.
Do I have a motion to approve the minutes of our June 23rd meeting?
I'll make that motion.
John made a motion, and Claire second. All in favor? Any opposed? Motion carried. New plans, the Ware Danvers minor subdivision, LDP 1447. Do we have anyone here for that plan?
I'm not Jonathan Shue, but I'm Dean Ware, so he couldn't make it, so I'm here to represent it. It's a subdivision with my neighbor 14, 40-foot right of way that looked like one of the houses driveways was on our property. It is not. I think that was the only thing that I know.
So, I've actually reviewed this plan twice since it's been in. And as Mr. Weir said, it's existing 4 lots, and then they would be combining parcels together to create a total of 2 lots. Total of 2. So, and the comments that are left in my letter are very minor. One thing, we have not received the MCPC comments yet, but that should not stop planning commission from making a recommendation should they want to do that. That would just need to be received before the board of commissioners act.
And this evening is simply us accepting the plan for
You may accept it, and make a recommendation to the board. That is totally up to you. There's no development, and there's no.
And you don't see any issue with us approving the plan to receive? to
Yeah,
review
unless
and-
you don't feel that you've had enough time to review it.
Yeah, my neighbor and I, we had, years ago, we purchased a 10-acre piece of property that adjoined both of our properties, because at the time, a builder was coming in and he was gonna cut the 10 acres up into 2-acre parcels and develop it, which would have obviously not been pleasant for us. So we purchased the property, and now, he's looking to, in the future, which he'd be seeing drawings for, putting up a garage, which he doesn't have room for on his current property with setbacks. So he was asked if we could cut it in half and allow us that way he could join into his properties and be able to put a garage in.
I'll make a motion to accept it and send it.
Okay, have that motion, have a second?
I'll second.
A second, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carried. Thank you.
Thank you.
Cranberry Creek Apartments Land Development.
Hi, everyone. Just came in tonight to give an update. It's been a while since we've been through this project.
Sound was running like crazy.
Okay, so I'm here for Cranberry Creek. Since the last time we were here for this project, we have received PennDOT approval for the realignment of Barnesville Avenue with the proposed driveway location, and for the proposed improvements at 611, which include a deceleration lane on the side of 611. There's already a turning lane, a center turning lane there at that part of 611, so there's no improvements necessary for left turn into that complex. The other changes that we've made since we've last seen you is, I guess there's an issue, a lot of developers are having this issue where they're having difficulty getting banks to approve funding if you have a bank, or not a bank, a hotel and residential units on the same property. I had this issue with Erdl over on Turtle Walk Lane there, where we had to do a subdivision of his car dealership because they didn't want the hotel and the car dealership to be on the same property. They wouldn't fund the car dealership property or project with the hotel on the same property. And so that's the issue he's running into with this project is because of the multiple uses, the bank funding is becoming difficult. They don't want to fund the project that has hotel and residences on it. So what we propose to do is Previously, we had proposed, I think, 76 hotel rooms in the center building, along with a restaurant, and I believe there were 12 apartments on the 5th floor. Now we're reducing this down to 4 stories. All 3 of these buildings will be 4 stories. There'll be 50 apartments in each of these buildings, 50 one-bedroom apartments in the center building, and 50 1- and 2-bedroom apartments in the outer 2 buildings. So 150 in total, and then on the 1st floor of that building, there'll be still the 6,000 square foot restaurant proposed in there, as well as the some amenities for the residences there.
So no hotel.
The hotel is removed.
Okay.
But there'll be, you know.
What kind of restaurant, you know?
No, it's generic at this point in time. It's just a reserved area for it.
That was the original plan, wasn't it? Or was it 50?
It was originally just 150 apartments, but then I think the planning commission said we would like to see some commercial development in there as well as the residential. And so he said he would he was going to do a hotel and a restaurant, and you know, it turns out that the hotel probably isn't going to be a feasible option for him. So we're keeping the restaurant in there though. We've since moved forward with an application for a zoning variance for the parking. We have enough for 2 parking spaces per apartment. The ordinance requires 2.25. So with that reduction, it's worked, and we've gotten it approved for Spear Swiftwater and for Brookstead.
And you've done the research to support that 2 per unit will provide your residents with enough parking?
Yeah, the IT manual requires 1.7 for this type of apartment, so
you're exceeding.
it's more than is required by engineering
There's
study.
enough parking space.
I'm sorry?
Why isn't there enough parking space, you know, for?
Oh, there's just not enough room on the property after we have a 150-foot offset from the stream, which borders the whole property, and then, you know, you add some of these amenities in the building. You know, we're kind of forced to be, you know, forward down this way, and also you can see the floodplains there too, so we're kind of restricted by the existing features on the site, which is the stream, wetlands, riparian buffers.
Actually, you're restricted by how many buildings you're putting on there, not by the, that's why you're gonna want a waiver.
Well, I mean, this is a zoning application issue, so we don't even need to discuss it at this point. The number of parking spaces is enough, and has been approved by the zoning hearing board twice for projects that I've worked on for two spaces per apartment, and I foresee that they would approve this as well. The other changes we are looking at is the original plan was to bore across 611 for because there's an existing lateral that comes across here, but the elevation was a little bit more shallow than would have worked for us if we kept the sewer line 4.5 feet deep. But we've discussed it with Mike Gable, and we think that there's a feasibility to increase the height of the sewer line to 3 feet, as long as we have some insulation and you know, some of it as we discussed. And by doing that, we are able to tie into this existing, so we don't have to bore under 611, tear open the road with a bore pit. You know, it would be a mess for everyone. So it's a lot better this way if we do it this way, rather than try to bore underneath 611 to tie into an existing gravity manhole. And then we would also have to worry about bypassing that manhole when we do the bore through it, which, you know, there's a lot of, it's 24-inch main there, I believe, so there's a lot of sewage coming through there. So that's what we were looking at doing as far as the sewer goes, and we're also coordinating with DCRA and the water. But like I said, the MPDS permit's been approved, HOP's been approved, and we've also reduced the footprint of the parking in order to better meet the parking lot buffer requirements. We had originally had a 20-foot long parking space, and at the recommendation of the engineer, we've reduced those down to 18 so we can pull it back get some of these parking spaces out of the clear site triangle, and also as far out of the parking lot buffer as we can. You can see we only have now like a space and a half is inside that buffer. This parking lot is now outside of the buffer entirely, and this one is a space and a half, not even a space and a half.
You know, it becomes quite apparent that on your submittals, excuse my expression, but you're trying to put 10 pounds of poop in a 5-pound bag. You're always looking for parking exemptions, you're wanting variances. Have you considered making the building smaller? I know it's all about money, but it's become a pattern that the lots are undersized for what you're looking to put in under our ordinances, which are approved. Now, if you have a rational hardship, let us know, but what is really going on?
So parking is that's a zoning issue. The parking requirements. So they're not waivers. It's not a waiver.
While you're online, when did you receive these updated drawings that you can review?
So these were not submitted for review yet. The engineer's here just to talk about the changes that are being made on the plans right now.
Yeah, Chris, I thought it'd be a good idea to comment and
Just
give an
as
update
a
on the
formal,
plan.
informational.
So
We're not voting on anything tonight.
just to recap then, one issue is the parking, which is a zoning issue, but really for us, what you're telling us is the change to the plan is removing the hotel aspect and making it completely apartments.
Correct.
Okay, that's ultimately.
And we will be talking about parking lot buffer, which we have talked about
Right.
previously.
Okay.
And Sal has clearly taken the message, which is you need to try to
And I think
parking
you
out the buffer, and
expressed
that's what he's.
why-
Right, we've considerably improved on the plan since you've last seen it, as far as getting as much of that out of the parking lot buffer as possible. And, you know, something else I should point out is that the entire parking lot is almost inside of the right of way that's out there now, currently. So we're significantly improving on what's out at that site currently. It's only like a 5-foot grass buffer between the edge of 611 and that parking lot that's there now. This whole portion of the property is all pavement, it's all parking lot. We're taking all that out and leaving just a space and a half in there. So, I mean, that's something that needs to be considered now, that I believe the planning commission has already recommended approval of some of the waivers, not all of them.
Yeah, it's been a while since we talked about this, but, you know, I think we did weigh in on a lot of it.
Yeah. But, you know, we took into consideration the comments, and we thought that they were beneficial. So we have reduced our impacts to the greatest extent practical. And, yeah, I think that's about it as far as changes that we've had. The changes actually decreased the amount of stormwater that's coming off the site. They decreased the pavement, they increased the widths. Now we have a 10-foot island in there to separate this drive alley and the parking spaces, which is a requirement of the ordinance, so we no longer have to ask for that waiver.
When do you think you'll be bringing this plan in?
I hope we'll have something submitted next month, so it'll probably be before us the following month, you know, for with your review letter.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Sal.
Thank you. Any other questions? So we're just, at this point, making a motion to table. All right, I'll make a motion to table Cranberry Creek Parking. Joe, second. All in favor? Anyone opposed? Motion carried. Thank you. All right.
Thank you.
Do we have anyone from Mountain Edge Village Community Townhomes?
No.
No.
They weren't planning on being here tonight.
Okay. Joe made a motion. Becker second. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carried. Okay, so for Summit Road, I believe, I was told they gave us an extension.
Yes, we have an extension until December 12th.
Okay. And for 135 Warner Road, we have an extension past.
Not yet, not yet.
So then I'm gonna pull that one out for a recommendation of denial unless we get an extension. Do I have a second?
Second.
Okay, Joe, second, all in favor? Any opposed? Motion carried. Then I'll make a motion to table Summit Road and Alaska Beats.
I'll make a motion.
Okay? Claire made the motion. Do I have a second? All in favor?
Just wait, you know.
Any opposed? Motion carried. Okay. New business, our joint work session between us and the Board of Commissioners. I believe our meeting number 2 is scheduled for July 28th, correct?
Yeah, that's fine, yeah.
Okay.
So, be on time.
Just to make a note, that's 5 p.m., an hour before we normally meet, July 28th, and that's, yes, on July 28th. That's, a joint meeting between the Planning Commission and the Board of Commissioners. It's the second meeting reviewing the changes to, zoning and,
Meet us at 5 o'clock. We bring in the pizza.
yes.
Yes, Chris Ann will be preparing dinner for everyone, actually, so if you'd like to get here at 4:30, there'll be.
I'd like to
meal waiting
resign.
for you.
Chris Ann.
Okay.
Lasagna.
Any public comment from anyone here? Anyone online?
Anyone with an online public comment?
Anyone on the board comment? All right, do I have a motion to adjourn?
I'll make the motion.
Dennis made the motion, do I have a second? Joe second, all in favor? Any opposed? Motion carried, meeting adjourned. Thank you.